Victoria Falls is a waterfall on the Zambezi River, located on the border between Zambia and Zimbabwe. It is one of the world's largest waterfalls, with a width of 1,708 meters. The region around it is inhabited by several species of plants and animals. Archaeology and oral history describe a long record of African knowledge of the site. Although known to some European geographers before the 19th century, Scottish missionary David Livingstone identified the falls in 1855, naming them Victoria Falls after Queen Victoria. Since the mid-20th century, the site has been a major tourist destination. Zambia and Zimbabwe both have national parks and tourism infrastructure at the site. Research in the late 2010s found that precipitation variability due to climate change is likely to alter the character of the falls. David Livingstone was the first European recorded to have viewed the falls on the 16th of November 1855, from an island now known as Livingstone Island, one of two land masses in the middle of the river, immediately upstream from the falls near the Zambian shore. Livingstone named his sighting in honor of Queen Victoria, but the Sutu language name, Mosi o Atunya, the smoke that thunders, continues in common usage. The World Heritage List officially recognizes both names. Livingstone also cited an older name, Siongo or Chongwe, which means, the place of the rainbow, as a result of the constant spray. The nearby national park in Zambia is named Mosi o Atunya, whereas the national park and town on the Zimbabwean shore are both named Victoria Falls. Victoria Falls is classified as the largest based on its combined width of 1,708 meters and height of 108 meters, resulting in the world's largest sheet of falling water. For a considerable distance upstream from the falls, the Zambezi flows over a level sheet of basalt in a shallow valley, bounded by low and distant sandstone hills. The river's course is dotted with numerous tree-covered islands, which increase in number when the river approaches the falls. There is a flat plateau extending in all directions. The falls are formed where the full width of the river plummets in a single vertical drop into a transverse chasm 1,708 meters wide, carved along a fracture zone in the basalt plateau. The depth of the chasm, called the First Gorge, varies from 80 meters at its western end to 108 meters in the center. The only outlet from the First Gorge is a 110-meter wide gap about two-thirds of the way across the width of the falls from the western end. The whole volume of the river pours into the Victoria Falls gorges from this narrow cleft. The entire volume of the Zambezi River pours through the First Gorge's 110-meter wide exit for a distance of about 150 meters, then enters a zigzagging series of gorges designated by the order in which the river reaches them. Water entering the second gorge makes a sharp right turn and has carved out a deep pool there called the Boiling Pot. Reached via a steep footpath from the Zambian side, it is about 150 meters across. Its surface is smooth at low water, but at high water is marked by enormous, slow swirls and heavy turbulence. The upper Zambezi River originally drained south through present-day Botswana to join the Limpopo River. A general uplift of the land between Zimbabwe and the Kalahari Desert about 2 million years ago blocked this drainage route, and a large paleo lake known as Lake Makgadikgadi formed between the Kalahari and the Botoka basaltic plateau of Zimbabwe and Zambia. This lake was originally endorheic and had no natural outlet. Under wetter climate conditions about 20,000 years BP, it eventually overflowed and began to drain to the east, cutting the Botoka Gorge through the basalt. The basalt plateau of Victoria Falls, over which the Zambezi River flows, was formed during the Jurassic period, around 200 million years ago. In February 2020, National Geographic highlighted the threat to the falls from extreme weather conditions. Rising temperatures make the region hotter and drier. There is substantial water flow variability from year to year, with a significant drop in the general trend of water flow in September, October, November and December. This is particularly pronounced in drought years, which are becoming more frequent and intense. Such occurrences have affected the aesthetics of the waterfalls, and there are fears that Victoria Falls might join other World Heritage sites categorized as last chance destinations.